Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. Beck, it's good to see you, which is 1 a.m. in the UK or 11 a.m. in Australia. And remember, if you miss the live streams, you can catch up with the premiere event streams on a Friday and Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific time in the US, which is 8 a.m. in Australia or 10 p.m. if you're in the UK. It's good to see you, Beck. How are you? You well? How's things? How's that game coming along? Again, for anyone that doesn't know, Beck posted a video to the game he's been working on in the Discord server, so if you haven't joined the Phil Does 3D Discord, you should. And thank you for the subscription, Beck. That's incredibly good of you. Thank you for the 6-month sub. You are awesome. Thank you very much, Beck. I really do appreciate it. When you guys subscribe to my channel, so thank you again, Beck. The game is going great. I should post some more videos on it. Do post them in the Discord if you want to. I love looking at them. I'm sure everybody else that jumps on the Discord server loves looking at them as well. So yeah, guys and girls, if you're watching the stream and you're not a member of the you're not a Phildo member on the Phil Does 3D Discord, you can click that blue graphic in my panels below my stream that says join the Phil Does 3D Discord. That'll get you an invite link to join it. Or you can click that link I've just popped into chat. I've been good, Beck. Yeah, no, I've been good. It's starting to get busy in the studio again now. Between now and around October, it's pretty full on. So I've been working weekends. That's okay. Oh, mind you, I did get a cold because they sent me out to the middle of the desert a couple of weeks ago to one of those mines in the middle of nowhere in Australia where it's like 55 degrees Celsius. And then I came back to Melbourne, which was like 18 degrees Celsius, and I got a head cold. So that's gradually going away. So if at any time during the stream I have to mute my mic, that's because I'm coughing. I don't want to subject you guys and girls to me coughing into the mic. So if I mute, then I'm coughing away and then I'll unmute. We'll try to remember to unmute anyway. But aside from that, though, I've been good. Yeah, no, it's been good. I don't mind working weekends. I enjoy what I do, so it's all good. It's all good. Just going to have a quick drink. I've got a bit of a dry mouth. That's better. So, what are we doing? Oh, that's right. We are working on the Temple of the Winds that we're creating in 3D Studio Max. We've almost finished the modeling stage, and I do want to get the modeling finished today so that next week streams we can start texturing the bits and pieces up. So, finish modeling today is the plan. Next week we'll start texturing in Algorithmic Substance Painter and probably in Mari as well. Just do a bit of overpainting in Mari on a couple of pieces. Smurfberry. Thanks, Beck. I'm glad you like it. Smurfberry says distracts Phil for 2 hours. That's okay. I like chatting to you guys. If I get distracted and I don't get it done, the modeling finished today, so be it. That's why I'm on Twitch. But that's the plan. And then once I've textured it up, I'm going to create an environment, a 3D environment in Eon View, and we'll do some beauty renders. For this model, I'm going to be a little bit different as well and actually add some particle effects. So I'm going to add some, this thing in the middle here is actually a fountain. I'm going to have water coming out of these lion's heads into a pond. And I'm going to place flames around the base of these decorative pieces here. That's the plan anyway. Also for something a bit different, I think I might do the View integration in Max here because again, View is integrated into Max. View Extreme anyway. So I may do the renders in Max, but it will be using Eon View. So there you go. Remember, guys and girls, though, if you've got any questions or anything you're not sure about, please feel free to pop into chat and ask me. If I can help in any way, I'm happy to try. If you want to pop in like these guys and say hello, that's always welcome. But if all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. I get that. Edo, it's good to see you. How are you? Are you well? You need to make a demo reel? Hi to you too, Edo. It's a Idori grin, but I'll call you Edo. Actually, I shouldn't because I think there is another Edo. I hope you're well though. I hope everything's going well for you. you need to make a demo reel. Well, demo reel is always a good thing to have. You want to make sure that you've got your portfolio done, like if you still images, maybe on an ArtStation or something. And a demo reel, you can actually link videos on your ArtStation account as well, so it's always a cool thing to have. Beck says, await your texturing in Substance. Are you going to model different parts separately or all in one? Different parts separately. That's how I'm doing the texturing in Substance Painter, Beck. So each of these pieces at the moment is a separate piece. So I'll texture them up separately for different pieces. Once they're textured, then I'm going to attach bits and pieces together. But I am making this model to sell on my 3D store, so I'm going to be making it like a kit bash. So I'm going to allow people to create as many steps as they want around the model, sort of thing. So no steps, 1 step, 2 step, 4 step. I'll also give them the columns and things as separate pieces so that they can mix and match and create something new if they want to. But this 3-step version is the one that we're going to be using for the beauty renders. And that's the one that will be complete in my shop. The rest will be kit bash pieces, all part of the one model. Firefox has got to be one of the buggiest browsers I think I've ever used. Going off tangent for a minute. Man, Firefox, it gives me so much trouble. I use Chrome for my general daily driver, and I use Edge if I'm doing anything that I'm showing you guys on stream, but I have Firefox because if I'm doing some stuff to the back end of my website and stuff, I like to check it in different browsers. And Firefox gives me problems constantly. So we're going to be texturing in Substance Painter and probably in Mari as well. So what I'll do is I'll lay down base textures in Substance Painter, and then I'll probably overpaint some bits and pieces in Mari. I probably won't do all of the assets, but we'll see how we go. So I'll just do an overpaint here and there in Mari, just to give me a little bit more of an interesting looking texture. Substance Painter is great, but I find that it's not I can't be as creative in Substance Painter as I can in Mari. I like getting in there with the pen and doing stuff in Mari by hand. Substance Painter is great to do procedural stuff, smart masks, all that sort of thing. But all the assets tend to look a bit generic, which is why I really like to use Mari. I know a lot of people don't like Mari, or some people, I shouldn't say a lot of people. Some people don't like Mari, but I like it. It's used a lot in film, and I think because I used it when I used to work in film, I really like the interface. Beck says Firefox. Smurpery says I would never use Chrome as a daily driver. Ooh. Yeah, I know. I know. I hear. What is your daily driver then, Smurpery? Tell me. What browser do you use as your daily driver if you don't use Chrome? Beck says I only use Chrome, and Smurpery says Firefox. Firefox is terrible. It is terrible. I used to use it years ago as my daily driver. I've only recently reinstalled it, like I said, just to do testing and my website and stuff in different browsers, because they all do it a little bit differently, regardless of standards. They all seem to tackle things a little bit differently in the way that they render a web page. And I find it terrible. They update it way too much. It crashes all the time. It's really unstable. Smurpery says Firefox is the only browser that has deep customization. Beck says next you'll say Bing for search. God, no, I never use Bing for search. I use Google for search. Smurpery, yes, Smurpery probably. Yeah, no one uses Bing, do they? Bing? Come on, Microsoft. Look, I'm glad Microsoft had Bing, because otherwise Google would just take over the planet. It's already big enough as it is, Google. Too big. Actually, it's going to be interesting. You guys hear that Article 13, you guys in Europe, that is, the EU, Article 13 has just been passed, which means interesting things for Twitch, particularly if you're a streamer from Europe, because this copyright thing now, it's going to be full on. If you post anything that's copyright bannable, then Twitch are going to have to act. Smurpery says I use Bing like once every 1 to 2 years. I never use it. I've never used Bing. I tell a lie. I've used it once. That's to search my own name to see what comes up when I search for myself. Do you guys do that? Do you search for your own name in Google and in Bing? You should, just to be on the safe side, to see what's going around the internet about you. So I've used Bing to search my name to see what pops up, but generally I use Google. Beck says April 1st, everyone Google Bing, 100% perfect joke. Yes, we should. April's coming up very soon, the 1st of April. Beck says, yep, Article 13, we're all screwed. But nothing will happen. They can't police the entire internet. Well, it'll be interesting, won't it, to see how it all pans out. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to tackle it. It's going to be a real problem for live streaming like Twitch, because it's going to be very hard for Twitch to actually stop it. Do you know what I mean? They can't monitor it. YouTube can do it because you upload your video, which gives the AI a chance to look at it to see if there's any copyright stuff on it. Twitch is different because it's live streamed. I don't see how they're going to be able to monitor and stop it in real time. I don't know how it's going to work for them. Beck says, seems like they have no idea how the internet works and they voted on it while blindfolded. Well, listen, they're politicians. They don't know much of anything, do they, most of them? So it wouldn't surprise me that they have no idea how the internet works. I believe that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Twitch are going to handle it. It's going to be really interesting. I wouldn't want to be the person at Twitch in charge of putting it all together to work. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare. Which is why Twitch were against it from the beginning. They sent out emails to all of us streamers saying, this is what Article 13 is, this is why we think it will be bad for Twitch and for you as a streamer. And they wanted us to sign petitions and stuff, but I didn't sign the petition basically because I'm an Australian. I'm not in Europe. They wouldn't care what I have to say, the politicians in Europe. But yeah, no, Twitch did inform us all about it. We'll see how it pans out, I guess. It'll be interesting. Getting back to what we were talking about texturing though, I've recently installed Algorithmic. Let me get rid of my camera. Whoops, wrong button. I've installed Algorithmic Alchemist. That's the new program that Algorithmic it's in beta at the moment. They're beta testing it still. I haven't played with it a lot. I had like a quick 5 or 10 minute session with it. It seems really interesting, and that could be a good way to get a bit more variation in substances. If you don't want to use Designer, because Designer can be quite complicated to make a new substance, you can use Alchemist to use existing substances and combine them in interesting ways to make something new, which you can save out as an SBZAR file, which you can then import into, say, UE4 or Unity to use as a substance that you can texture stuff up with. So that's cool. Alchemist does look awesome. Yeah, I have to admit, my one criticism of Substance Painter has been the fact that everyone uses the same substances from the Substance database, so everyone's work tends to look the same. With Alchemist now, and the ability for us to mix different substances together and create new ones, that's going to make a huge difference to everyone's stuff looking the same. So I'm really glad that Algorithmic created Alchemist. It's going to be really handy, really useful, and it does look really cool. For anyone that doesn't know too, if you're on a subscription with Algorithmic, you can download the beta of Alchemist yourself. It's in the launcher if you downloaded the new launcher for Algorithmic's product. Smurper says, not only do they not know how the internet works, we're talking about the EU here, I think, they don't care. Moneyed interest whispered in ears to make things happen. Yeah, well, isn't that the way of the world, I'm afraid? The ones with the money get, money flows up, as they say. It doesn't ever flow down. It's always flowing up. So the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. The Smoker says launchers. Ooh, I haven't installed the launcher either. I don't like launchers. I mean, there's enough bloody launchers. It seems every company nowadays wants to create a launcher, and you know why they do it, because They want to data mine you, and they want to push ads on you. That's the reason these launchers exist. I mean, fair enough, they're going to be ads for like their own software and things, but that's the whole point of these businesses making these launchers. It's to sort of to data mine you and to actually push advertising on you as well. So I don't like launchers. I won't install the algorithmic launcher. No, thank you. I'll launch if I want to launch the program. I'll launch it from a shortcut. So I'm with you. I'm with you there, Smurfery. Smurfery says, "Get out of my face with your launcher." Beck says, "I downloaded tons of materials from Substance Share, so at least my materials don't look like everyone else's." Well, that's true, and they do have a very large selection on Substance Share. That's all very true. That's all very true. But now we have the ability to mix and match different substances to create something new, and that's even better. So not only do we have this large database of substances you can use, but you've also got the ability to make your own ones now without the complexity of using Substance Designer, which can get quite full on. I've only played with Substance Designer, and even I find it difficult to use. And I'm used to using a lot of different software, so maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. Beck says, the days of bad launches were when Blizzard had only World of Warcraft and still had a launcher to sell your stuff for that one game. Yeah. Well, you know, Epic Games have their launcher. There's a Steam launcher, of course. There's Origin. All of them seem to want their own launchers for games now and their own game stores. I'm actually curious as to why Adobe haven't done it. I'm surprised Adobe haven't done it as well. They haven't, to my knowledge. They're still all separate programs. I don't think there is an overall launcher for Adobe stuff. Don't give them ideas. It's bad enough now. But yeah, no, I see what you say. I agree, Beck. It's just getting ridiculous. We don't need all these bloody launchers. We just don't need them. Okay, we did that one yesterday. Let's move on to make sure these ones are done. Now, originally I was going to place the steps around the kit bash pieces, but I decided against that because it's going to push up the file size for people to download when they buy the model. So it's really not necessary. It's going to be quite simple, easy for people to see where they should place the steps around the bases here. So that's the reason I'm removing the stairs here and just leaving the actual terrace itself for them to put the stairs around. And that does mean that we don't need these columns anymore. Just keeping an eye on OBS as well. It was good yesterday. We didn't drop out at all, unlike last week. And so that was something. It doesn't mean I trust it though, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. Again, I don't really know if it's Twitch, if it's my potato internet connection in Australia, or if it's OBS. My guess would probably be my potato internet, but like I said, in 2 days now, 2 days, supposedly my NBN connection is being hooked up, so that should hopefully help with my potato internet. Hopefully. Beck says, well, technically Adobe Cloud does list all your installed programs and allows for downloading others. Well, that's true, yeah. They do have the Adobe Cloud thing. Not that I use that because I launch my stuff directly, but yeah, that's true. They do. They do have that. Let us see what is UV mapped and what is not. I think the terrace is UV mapped. Yes, it is. So let's assign it a plain white texture. And that way I know it is texture mapped, or UV mapped anyway. Let's have a look at these. Oh, stop doing that. Let's have a look at these railing sections. I think they're UV mapped. I'm just going to collapse the stack and check. They are. Again, I'm not using the whole texture space. And again, I'm going to keep repeating this. I know you people that watch me regularly are sick of me saying it, but normally you would want to use all of your texture space. But because I want to reuse this texture on all these pieces of geometry, I can't repack it to make use of all my texture space. Because if I did that, I'd have to create a new texture map. And I don't want to do that. I want to reduce the number of texture maps as much as possible, so I want to reuse them. But that is UV mapped, so we can assign a plain texture to it. It just makes my life easier too when it comes for me to texture it. It'll make it... There are fewer pieces for me to have to texture out, which is always a good thing. Let us look at this one. This one has an unwrap on it. Again, textured up, so let's assign a plain texture. And I'm just assigning this white texture because that way it's easy for me to see bits that I need to texture up. Okay, these pieces are not UV mapped, but I can easily copy the UV maps from over here. So I'm just going to copy that unwrap. Gotta love the modifier stack in Max, love it. Collapse my stack and paste that UV down. Good. Okay, let's do it for all of these ones. So yeah, I'm looking forward to my connection, my NBN connection. And hopefully it should stop my net from cutting out. Hopefully. Assuming that the guy shows up to do the installation. Because that's been an issue in this country as well. They make an appointment, they ask you if you're going to be home, you say yes, I'm going to be home, and they don't show up. Beck says better internet is always a joy. No, it is, particularly in Australia because we have such crappy internet here. It's going to be nice to have a nice fast connection. Okay, let's assign a plain color. And an unmetered connection as well, like unlimited data, because the connection I'm on at the moment is not unlimited, so I have to be a bit careful as to how I use it. Because unlike most connections, that then once you go over your limit, they just what's the word? They reduce your throttle you. They throttle your speed. My connection, they just cut me off. So I have to watch it like a hawk. It'll be nice not to have to do that as well. Okay, now this one. Let me finish making the UV map stuff first, and then we'll go and make some adjustments here. Because I don't want the, I'm going to remove this end piece here. It's too close to the end here of the railing. But we'll tackle that in a minute. Okay, let's look at this. I'm just going to isolate it. I'm going to ungroup it. It's unwrapped, so we can just assign a plain color. These ones are also unwrapped, so let's assign a plain color. And now we can exit isolation. Let's check these ones now. They're unwrapped, which is good. And these ones are also unwrapped, which is good. Okay, let's go through and make some small adjustments here now. I'm going to start by removing this one of these bars here at the end. And let's just go around and make sure that there are no others that are too close. No, that should be fine. I don't need to throw another unwrap down when I collapse my stack, but I just do it out of habit. It's easy for me to see then that it is unwrapped when I select the geometry. Okay, now the other thing I want to do is I want to I want to tidy up these end pieces here because at the moment they were being hidden by the columns, but they've got open ends, so I want to fix that up, make them a little bit tidier. So let's go into isolation mode, back into our top view. And let's tidy up these end pieces. Like this one, this is quite messy. The new internet connection, it'll make it better for me for work as well. Because I have to VPN into the studio most times, so it'll help with that as well as my streams to you guys. Although I already stream at 1080p, I won't be increasing my stream rate any more than I have now. I stream at about 5,000 kilobytes a second, I think. You can stream up to 6,000 kilobytes on Twitch, but I know the higher I push it, the harder it is for some of you guys that have bad internet connections to watch, so I won't be doing that. 4K streams all the way, that's right. If only I wouldn't do that, because I know a lot of people have bad internet connections, because I know Australia has bad internet generally, so I would never do that. I wonder when they're going to start to allow 4K streaming though, because you can't on Twitch because they limit you to 6,000 kilobytes upload. I don't know about YouTube though. Do YouTube let you stream in 4K? I've never really looked into it because I don't stream on YouTube. Why would anyone stream on YouTube? Yuck. I'm just going to cap these ends here so that they're not open. Beck says that YouTube supports it for videos, not streams. Oh yeah, I know. I've uploaded 4K videos to YouTube. That cinematic I did, that UE4 cinematic, I uploaded that in 4K. But I've never streamed on YouTube. I was just curious. You'd have to have the bandwidth that you'd need would be huge. Very few people, I imagine, would be able to watch it. It'd be a nightmare on your computer to actually stream it, because streaming just 1080p can be pretty taxing on your computer. That's why I stream on a second machine. I don't actually use my main machine to stream. I did when I first started streaming. I was streaming from one machine, but it was just getting too taxing on the CPU, so I decided to start streaming on the spare computer I have here. And it works quite well. Okay, they're all capped off, that's good. Let's jump out of isolation. And that should be good. Just gonna make sure these ones are capped. Yep, looks like they are. Yes, they are. Good. Okay, that's the 2-step version. Let's move down to the 1-step version. Smurfberry says 1080 is fine. Smurfberry says yells at a coyote. I agree. I think 1080 is probably more than enough for most people. Because you have to remember too, a lot of people that watch Twitch watch it on their mobile or on a tablet. I mean, I don't. If I'm watching Twitch, I'm watching on a PC, but I know a lot of people do like to watch on their phone or on a tablet, and with those screens, any 1080p is probably a bit overkill. Even 720p is probably fine because of the screen size being so small. And because I get transcoding most times on my streams anyway, that's the other reason I stream in 1080p. So if you do have a bad internet connection, you can knock it back if it's too much to watch in 1080p. But that's the main reason that that I stream in 1080p. If I didn't have transcoding most times, I'd probably stream in 720p. And yeah, I won't be streaming in 4K for the foreseeable future. That's a UV map. Let's assign that plain color. Let's get rid of these columns because we don't need them. Let us copy our UVs. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't intersecting the column. That should be alright. I'll come back and do a final check on that in a minute. So let's paste these UVs across. Beck says, I might head off. It's late and I've had some long days. Luckily a day off tomorrow so I can sleep in a bit. Well, thanks for popping in, Beck. I do appreciate it. And thank you again for the subscription. I do appreciate that too. You are awesome. Thank you for the sub. You have a good night. And remember to post a couple of videos on the Discord server of the game. The progress is, if you want. I'd love to see some more stuff. It was looking awesome. You have a great night though, Beck. Days off, that's right. What are days off, Snowberry? I've never heard of those. What's a day off? Come on. They are but a distant memory for me, days off. At least at the moment. Let's assign that plain color. Okay, you are mapped. And I really wish when you assign the unwrap, it didn't default to having this selected, because every time I think to myself, why can't I select anything? I've got to make sure it deselect that. Don't know why Max does that. Cool, Beck. I'll see you next week. You have a great weekend, buddy, too. Okay, let us go into isolation and ungroup this. We are UV mapped. And these are UV mapped as well. So let us just select them so I can assign that color. And jump out of isolation mode. Alrighty. These should be UV mapped as well, yep. And so should these, yep. Normally I would have this open on my second screen, but you guys wouldn't see it, so that's why I have to keep opening and closing it. I could position it somewhere where I could see both, but no. Alright, now let us just go through again. This one needs to be removed on the end. Let's check the other ones. That one's okay. There are only two because there's only one set of steps on this, so that should be fine. Let us clean up our pieces here. I'm just going to do a collapse again. And let's isolate this piece so we can clean it up. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit more interesting. We're going to have to take it from here so we can get a straight edge.
Was it here where you first kissed me on the cheek? Where you held my hand and said you'd always be here for me?
Let's jump out of isolation mode and let's cap the ends. Right. Oops, someone's alarm's going on. Let's do this last piece here at the end. We are UV mapped. You are UV mapped. Let's just collapse the stack. Let's jump into isolation mode and ungroup this. And you should all be UV mapped. Okay, you are UV mapped, which is good. You should be UV mapped, which is good. I'm just going to collapse the stack again. I collapse the stack now because I'm coming to the end of the modeling stage. I don't need so many modifiers in my stack. And while it doesn't add a huge amount to the file size, it will add a little bit more the more modifiers you have in each stack for each object. So that's the other reason I collapsed them all. Every little bit helps. Okay, I don't need to do any cleanup because that's a complete circle. Good. Okay, let us get rid of some of these bits and pieces here now because I don't need these anymore. These were just my bits and pieces I used when I was doing my sweeps for my rails and stuff. Well, but we can get rid of them now because we don't need them. Just going to change my selector back to the rectangle selection. It's just easier. And let me just do a bit of tidy up work here. So I'm just going to group these so I don't accidentally move pieces out of the group. I'm going to call this I'll call it no stairs, why not? Which means this one will be one step. One stairs, I'll call it one stairs. Not great use of English, but that'll do. Now this one will be two stairs. I'm actually going to ungroup them at the end anyway and attach pieces, but I won't do that till I texture them up. And this one will be 4 stairs. Okay, now I'm just going to line them all up so they're nice and neat. So one step, sorry, no stairs, one step, two steps, and four steps. Good. Alrighty. Let us do a quick save so that we don't lose the work we've just done. While it's saving out, I'm going to have a drink of my coffee and just have a look over the model to see if there's anything I've forgotten. Sniper Girl, it's good to see you. Sniper Girl, how are you? How's things? How's it going? It's good to see you though. I saw you posted on Discord about doing something else to your van, and it looked really cool, the Pinterest images you linked to. I've actually never seen that done before. What is it like welding, where they weld a pattern into the metal or something? Or burn a pattern into it or something? Sniper Girl says, doing well, have the fern about halfway done. Oh, nice. Because it was looking very cool. Nice detailing going on in those fern leaves. You enjoying it? You enjoying modelling all that stuff up? I mean, I enjoy detailing a model. I think it's fun. ZBrush makes that sort of thing fun. Okay, so I think that there were a couple of areas here that I thought there were a couple of problems with some of the tops here. So I'm just going to double check that now. Basically, I'm just going to go through and look at every piece of geometry here to make sure nothing is out of alignment or looks a bit weird. This, for instance, I want to bring over. So it's lined up better between those two. Sniper Girl says, honestly not sure. Looks cool, to be honest. Think the weld art would look cool. Could have a section of bare metal on the hood with the paint peeling and do the weld art on it. Yeah, again, it did look cool. You might want to avoid making the model too overdone though. Like you don't want to make it too busy, because you got a lot going on. You got a lot of detailing going on that car. I'm just worried. I like the look of it. I think the weld art looks really cool, and it could look really cool on the van. My only concern would be maybe just making it look a bit too busy. But in the back of my mind, I'm just worried it could start to look a bit too busy. But I guess we won't know until you try, if you want to try. Okay, it was here. We're missing the bars. I thought there was something somewhere that we were missing. So am I missing the bars here? No. I'm not, but I'm going to take the bars from here and bring them down the other end. So let's detach this as a clone. Oh yeah, that's what you're afraid of too? Too busy? Yeah, that was my only concern about it, that it might get a little bit busy. Sniper Girl says, whatever I do, it will have to be simplish. That way it doesn't look like it's being overdone detail-wise. Yeah. Although, you know, it's your model, you know, you can take your time. If you want to see what it looks like, do it. If you don't think you do, then don't. That's the beauty of doing stuff for yourself. You've got the final say. Just going to rotate these around. And we need to move them. Sniper Girl says, I watched a streamer that said they did stuff with Naughty Dog ages. One of the things he said was that they normally push things too far and then start scaling it back. Yeah, that's true. I remember, wow. I remember the last game I worked on as well for a game studio. They did a similar thing. So they basically gave you free reign to make your assets however you wanted. And then once the assets were made, then they went through an optimization pass, which is similar to what we're going to be doing with that that UE4 game, that UE4 level that I created, the House in the Hollow. So you make it the way you like it, and then you start doing optimizations on stuff. So I could see how Naughty Dog would do that. What are you doing watching another streamer, by the way, Sniper Girl? Don't you love me anymore? I'm kidding. Ages ago. Oh, okay. If it was ages ago, then you're forgiven, Sniper Girl. Watching this other streamer ages ago. Don't get the wrong idea, guys and girls. You know I support all streamers on Twitch, and I encourage you all to watch all the really talented guys and girls that stream 3D and games on Twitch. You watch a ton of streamers. So should I feel insulted now? Should I cry? I'm only having fun with you, Sniper Girl. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. Actually, I should be checking these to make sure they're in the center as well. Actually, just before I do that, I'm just going to go and make sure the others are good, because then I want to attach those new 3 pieces to the rest of the rail. And if I deselect them, then I won't remember where they are. So I'll check first. Okay, now we can attach them to the rail. Now I can double check everything else. Sniper Girl says, live in a small town, only way I get to actually talk to people with similar interests, everyone else thinks I'm weird. Well, that's sad. Everyone else is weird, you're not weird. All the rest of them are weird. No, Twitch is a great way to meet people, to talk to people. Particularly, maybe you're a little bit shy even, you don't like talking to people in real life. Oops. Twitch is a great way to actually interact with other people if you're a bit shy as well. Not suggesting you're shy, because I know you're not shy, Sniper Girl. But I'm just saying some people are. I used to be, when I was younger, I was quite shy. Not for many years now, and I'm a real motor mouth now, but I used to be quite shy. Years and years and years ago, like when I was a teenager, I was very shy. Wow, that was a long time ago. Haven't been a teenager for a very long time. Sniper Girl says it's not that. People here are content with a normal 9-to-5 job that pays next to nothing. Android Lust, it's good to see you, Android Lust. How are you? Good? Good to see you. Says, hey all, been here, just finally managed to put the Wacom Town down to chat. Well, you can work and listen to my stream and glance at the same time. A lot of people work and watch it, multitask. Unlike me, who's terrible at multitasking, but a lot of people are much better at it than I am. But it's good to see you, Android Lust. And you gotta love those Wacom tablets. I love mine. I couldn't imagine doing anything without my Wacom now. Just makes things, texturing work particularly, so much nicer. Or sculpting work if you're working in ZBrush. Okay, I'm just going through and making some small adjustments here to make sure all of our pieces look okay. I think we're back to the beginning now. Yeah. Okay, that all looks fine. Again, I'm just going around to make sure everything else does look okay. Alright. These pieces should be fine. Oh, that's right. I just wanted to make a small adjustment here to the base of the that sits underneath of this fountain. Just going to isolate it. I just noticed yesterday, I think that the base wasn't quite centered, like here. This overhangs the base, so the base needs to be just adjusted a little bit. So I'm going to do that. In fact, an easier way for me to do this, I think, is going to be just for me to... No, I'm going to keep everything lined up nice and evenly here. I'm going to have to do it as one piece. So, first things first, I think it just needs to be rotated because it's not quite square. Better. I'm going to, instead of doing the scale tool, I'm actually going to modify the verts themselves, I think. It may just mean we need to run it over Rhizome UV just to redo the UVs, but I'll check them by throwing a texture down in a texture checker. That's the word. A checker pattern down in a minute. Because this is going to start stretching the UVs a little bit by me doing this. That's not great there, so I'm just going to undo that. I'm going to select a less and I'm going to turn on soft selection here. Pull it back a little bit. That'll just prevent me from messing up the polygons too much. Okay, that distance there is good to that distance there, so that's all good. Now we need to look at this side. Might just do a mesh smooth on this, turn soft selection on. Just doing an auto smooth on that top piece. That should be good. I'm just going to double check our UVs by throwing down a checker pattern. Vagran, good to see you. Vagran Trisk, is it? How are you? Thanks for popping in and saying hello. I do appreciate it when you guys pop in and chat to me because I do like chatting to you. It's good to see you though, Vagran. I'll call you Vagran. Do remember, guys and girls, about the Discord server. If you're new to my channel, you can join the Phil Does 3D Discord. Just click that link I popped in Twitch chat. Or if you're watching the stream back on a Friday and Saturday, the previous stream, there's a graphic below my stream called Join the Phil Does 3D Discord. It's a blue graphic. Click that. You can get an invite link to join the Discord server that way as well. You're good, Vagran? Good to hear. Yeah, so the Discord server, there's a gallery section where you can show up your work. Everybody there is very friendly, apart from Sniper Girl. No, she's friendly too. So if you've got any problems, any questions, you can pop into the Discord server and ask them there. I pop into the Discord when I'm not streaming as well, so yeah. So there you go. Now, I didn't stretch the checker at the UV, so that's good. I think we should be okay. I think it should be okay. Let's just reassign this plane column and jump out of isolation mode. I think apart from the steps here, which I'm going to be doing in ZBrush in a minute, I think we're pretty much okay now for UV mapping. So we should be ready to go for texturing on all of our pieces here. I think we should be okay. Again, I'm just going to double check these pieces to make sure there's no geometry problems anywhere. Looks fine. Sniper Girl says he lies. Really, I'm an asshole. That's why he made me a mod and gave me the ban hammer. That's not true. She's very nice. Bagrin says, I'm working on something in Maya, but had a bump with UVing a sphere. Just hate UVing. I hate it too. That's why I use a program called Ryzen UV. It does it automatically for me and I love it. Speeds up my workflow no end. Because I hate UVing too. It's really important to get a good looking texture, but man do I hate it. We all hate UVing, as Sniper Girl says. That's right, we all do hate it. So yeah, do remember the Discord server though. Like I said, there's a gallery where you can post links to stuff you're working on or you've worked on. If you've got any problems that you need help with, you can ask a question in the general chat in Discord and somebody I'm sure can help you. Android Lust says I kind of like it. Yeah, well, you're strange, Android Lust. No, some people do like it. I get that. And Vagrant, I'm glad you joined the Discord. Yeah, so like I said, only subs can post links in Twitch chat, but everybody can post links in Discord. So how about it, guys and girls? Join the Discord, post your links in Discord to your work. Because I love looking at the stuff you guys are working on. It's one of the reasons I'm on Twitch. Sniper Girl says, well, you're an Android, so yeah. That's right. Those androids love those repetitive tasks like UV mapping. A Hambone, good to see you, Hambone. How are you? It is good to see you. How have you been? Smurpery says, I've returned with food. What food have you got? Tell me. I actually think I'm going to have chili today for lunch. I had pasta yesterday. I think I have chili today. So I like the chili. Ooh, I like that chili. Smurpery says, somehow it's been like 5 or 6 hours since I ate. I can go the whole day without eating. I've spoken about it on stream before. I think Android Lust does as well. You get caught up in what you're doing, and I can start working at like, in the morning, and before I know it, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I haven't eaten all day, and that's bad. That is really bad. That doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. I just get so caught up in what I'm doing, I forget to eat. Bad for your body though, really bad. Try not to do that. Smurpery says, yeah, beef, potato and mushroom. Oh, yum. Oh, that sounds nice. I love that sort of food during winter too. Beef, potato and mushroom. Oh, yum, yum. I haven't had a good stew for ages. But chili today. It's going to be chili for me today. Hambone says, not bad. Trying to learn Blender. It's a little bit of a struggle right now. Well, Sniper Echo's not here. I don't know where Sniper Echo is. He wasn't here yesterday either. I know he's been busy. He uses Blender. So if you ever have any problems, jump on the Phil Does 3D Discord, Hambone, and ask Sniper Echo. He's the Blender expert. But it is a very good Blender, and particularly version 2.8 now. Sniper Girl says, I've done the same thing, so busy that you forget to eat. Yeah, I know you do. But it is bad for you. Really bad for you. Sniper Girl says, did that many times. Nightbot spamming my links. Although it did spam my Discord, so it must... that bot, I swear it's got a mind of its own, and I'm sure it's listening to me. Because the minute I mention Discord, it pops up a Discord link. What's that all about? Is it spying on me? I'll take my tinfoil hat off now. Smurper says, Sniper Girl, I read that Euro helped you with your weird shading on the plant. Smurper talking about how you were hooking up your material tree. Hambone says, I think I'm just a new scrub. Well, everybody's new when they first start, so just keep practicing and you'll get better. I've said to you guys before, most of the work in doing 3D is learning the interface. Once you've learnt the interface, it's nowhere near as hard. The interface is one of the hardest things about doing 3D, learning the software. Vagran says, I don't know, I always think my work is crap. I'm my own worst critique. Well, that's true, but I've mentioned this too to you guys. Don't put your own work down. I see it too much in the studio that I work in, because we mentor a lot of junior artists a lot of the time as well, and they're very quick to put their own work down. Try not to. I'm not suggesting you be a braggart and think you're the best in the world, but try not to put your work down. I'm sure it's not as bad as you think it is as well. And like I said, if you want to post in the gallery, we can check it out. If you're comfortable with me looking at your work on stream, if you're not, just let me know and I won't show it on stream. Becca's posted a couple more videos as well on the Discord gallery of the game he's working on, so you guys should check those out as well. Because the game's looking cool. Smurper says something is still off, I think, but you can probably live with it. Hambone says, I want some chili. Yeah, I love the chili. I love the chili. Sniper Girl says, awesome, what's the problem? I think the problem was the shading. You still don't know, Smurper says. Android Lust says, that only means you want to progress. That's right, to Vagrant. It's Vagrant, isn't it? I've been saying it completely wrong. I told you, I am terrible with you guys' usernames. Vagrant. Oh, wow. Philip. Sniper Girl says, we're all new scrubs. That's right. Always something new to learn. That's true. And that's why I love 3D, because there is always something new to learn. You're never done learning. And that's what makes it interesting. Android Lust says, yeah, I was just going to saw. I'm a new scrub too. To say, I think he means. Vagrant says, well, I don't mind sharing the model I'm working on in Discord. Go right ahead, please. Just pop it in the gallery section there if it's an image. And if you don't mind, I'll show it on stream now. Android Lust says, post it. Yep. Vagrant says, I can't post in the gallery. Give it another 5 minutes or so. There's like a cooldown period when you just join the server before you become a member. So you can't post a link until you become a member, but that doesn't last long. It's a very short cooldown period. I think, in fact, I may even be able to push it along a bit. So I'm just in Discord at the moment, because I don't think if you're posting in Discord that I won't see your message, because as well as Twitch chat, I always have Discord open, so I will always see your message. Okay, I'm going to make you a member now, Vagrant, so you can post links right now. So you are now a member of the Discord server and you have the ability to post links. So go for it, Vagrant. Android Lost says, oh, you might have to wait about 5 minutes. Yeah, but I've just done it manually for you, Vagrant. You can post links right now. Vagrant says, yeah, I'm kind of getting out of it. I never upload my work before, but I force myself to upload now because I lost work a few years ago and you wish you uploaded it. Yeah, it can be good to have an offsite backup for sure. It's good though to to get other people to look at your work, because when you work on something and you look at it for so long and you've worked on it for so long, you tend to get blinkers. You can't see things that are obvious to other people, so that's why it's always a good idea to have many eyes looking at your work. Because I do the same thing. I'm in the studio. All the designers, we all look at each other's work all the time. Because I value their opinion, they value mine, and like I said, the more eyes that look at it, they'll notice things that I miss because I'm so used to looking at it. Hambone says, who's working on a game? I'm working on a game, Hambone. Do you remember that House on the Hollow? That UE4 cinematic I created in UE4? I'm probably going to turn that into a game later in the year, because we spent 12 months making the cinematic. It might be a good idea to get some more use out of that level than just that one cinematic. So my plan at this stage is to turn that into a game. I'm going to add a couple more areas, because you can't have a game based on one building. So we're going to add a couple more areas, and I'm going to turn it into a game. Sniper Girl is going to give me a hand optimizing some of the assets, because it's a huge job. I'm going to have to go through and do an optimization pass on that building. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. Later in the year, a little bit later in the year. We'll give people a bit of a break that put up with me working on it for 12 months last year. Android Lost says, forgive my typo. No, it's okay, Android Lost. So don't worry about typos, guys. I can get the gist of what you're saying. Don't worry about any typos, guys, that you're in chat. I mean, it's fine. I can get it. I get what you're saying. And if I can't, I'll ask. Snoopery says, Staberizer looks like Final Fantasy. Not sure what you mean there. Vagrant says, inspired by Final Fantasy. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's have a look. So this is a model that Vagrant's working on. Let me just paste this link in. Again, if you don't know who I am or what I'm about, you can go to phildoes3d.com, and that's my website, so you can check out my work there. That looks really cool. I like that. Nice. And I can see how it's Final Fantasy inspired, for sure. Nice work, though. Oh, good. And Vagrant has just popped in a link to his art station. His or her, I don't know the sex. So you guys should follow his art station. I'm going to do that right now myself. So I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to do it in Chrome now. You won't see me. And I'll follow your art station right now, Vagrant. Nice. I can see you've got a couple of other models here as well. I'll look at those in a sec too. You are now followed on ArtStation. You can check my ArtStation out as well. But that's looking very cool. I'm just going to show a couple of your other in fact, I'll copy your ArtStation link here and we can look at that. I've actually been thinking about setting up a specific chat section inside the Discord for you to post your links to your ArtStation accounts. Let me know, guys and girls, if that's something you're interested in. I'll set up a specific chat channel where you can post your ArtStation links for anyone new that comes into the Discord server that might want to check out your guys' members' work. That looks very cool. I'm just zooming in here because my screen is... I like the texturing you've done on this. It looks really cool. Really nice. Again, really nice texture work. I really like that. That looks great. Are you using Substance Painter to do your texturing, Vagrant? Smoker says Back is working on Beck is working on a game. Yeah. He's posted videos to the game he's working on, Hambone, in the Discord server. Check them out there, in the gallery. The game is looking really cool. Sniper Girl says I commonly upload my stuff to Google Drive. It's cheap storage-wise and pretty fast. And Sniper Girl says to the Hambone, I'll be helping him. I think we're talking about my game, maybe. Hambone says, very exciting, I will buy it. Cool. Vagrant says, also did some finished work if you like. I'm sensing a theme, Smurfberry says. Sniper Girl says to Vagrant, also shot a follow. Yes, follow Vagrant if you have an ArtStation account, guys and girls. Smurfberry says, your ArtStation, plug yourself. Sniper Girl says, to me, ArtStation or portfolio link section would be nice in Discord. Well, let's do that. I'll set that up in the next few days. I'll set up a specific chat channel there for ArtStation and portfolio. We'll call it portfolio and ArtStation. How about that? That'll be free for you guys and girls that are members of the server to post links to your ArtStation and to your portfolios. That's a plan. That will happen. And if I forget, remind me, Sniper Girl. Vagrant says yes. No. But no, these are looking really cool. I love the texturing work. And I'm assuming yes was to say you use Substance Painter. And another sword. Very nice. All very nice. And again, really nice texturing. Cool. Well, thanks for showing it on stream, and this is going to look cool too when you texture it up. It's very nice. Good stuff. And like I said, thanks for showing it on stream, or allowing me to show it on stream. Okay, so I think that's right, I was just double checking the geometry on this, wasn't I? These kit bash pieces, I think they'll be okay. That's good. All right. Max. You'll remind me, Sniper Girl? Good, because I might forget. I get distracted easily. I'm like a child when you dangle keys in front of them. I'm very easily distracted. I should say like a baby when you dangle keys in front of them. But I think it's a good idea, because I want to place that on the Discord where you guys can show off your ArtStation links and your portfolio links. Because everyone likes looking at everybody else's work, and it's a good way to promote yourselves on the Discord too. In case somebody's looking for something in particular, like, you know, a commission or something. If you want to do commissions, that is. Not everyone does. Vagrant says, thank you for the nice comments. You're welcome. It's nice work. And you shouldn't put yourself down. You shouldn't put your work down, Vagrant. It's very nice. Vagrant says, I love watching others work. You always learn something new. That's very true. I agree. You do always learn something new. Because no one knows everything. Sniper Girl says, my only critique would be that you can do high quality renders directly in Substance. I think it would be better for display purposes for portfolios, a bit more professional looking, in your opinion. Okay, well that's true. You can take that option if you want. You can. Just trying to. No, that's fine. Okay, so everything is UV mapped now. Ready for us to start texturing. The only thing left for me to do is to distress these stairs a little bit, because they look a little bit too clean, a little bit too new. This is a terrace that sits outside, so it's going to be, these stairs are going to be a bit worn, and I don't want them to look quite as clean. So we're going to take this into ZBrush and see what we can do. You guys know how much I love ZBrush. I hate ZBrush. I hate the interface, so I hate working in it, but we're going to have to. We ain't got a choice. Vagrant says, this is the work I lost. Okay. Vagrant says, only pictures I have. Okay. It's terrible when you lose work. I really feel for you, Vagrant. I've lost work too. Like from a hard drive crash and stuff, although I keep regular backups now just in case on an external hard drive. Because I work from home and I do my projects at home for work, they wouldn't like it if I said to them, I'm sorry guys, I can't get that project done for you on time on the deadline because my hard drive crashed and I don't have a backup. They'd hit the roof. But it's easier said, but you should make regular backups. It's really important. Even an offsite backup like Sniper Girl suggests on Google Drive or something. But you will. Well, good to hear, Vagrant. Smepper says, narrator, everything was not UV mapped. Sniper Girl says, okay, sorry, didn't realise. Sniper Girl says, I've been in ZBrush for a couple of weeks, so Phil, you can do it. All right, let's do it. Let's do this. Let me open this group up. Now, normally I send stuff to ZBrush using Gauze, but I haven't installed the Gauze plugin because, as I said to you guys, I'm waiting for Autodesk to release Max 2020. I want to see what they're offering before I install it. Because Max is my daily driver and I need it to work for work, I don't automatically install new versions of Max, and that's why I'm still working on 2018 here. But I'm interested to see what Autodesk have up their sleeve for Max 2020 because it's due to be released any time between now and like the middle of April, so in the next few weeks. And in which case then I'll install Max 2020 and then I'll install Gauze. So I haven't installed it, so I'm going to have to export it and import manually. A Sniper Girl says, regarding backup purposes, have 100 gigabyte in storage and think I paid $2 a month. That's pretty good. 100 gig for $2 a month. Wow. That is good on Google Drive. It's incredibly good. Okay, so the UV mapped, which is fine. I'm just going to collapse the stack. And I'm going to export it as an OBJ file. I'm just going to export it onto my desktop because I don't really want to keep it. I'm going to be re-importing it into Max. So we're just going to call this Stairs. I'm just going to put it in a subfolder called Stairs, just so it doesn't pollute my desktop with crap. And I'm going to save it as an OBJ. That should all be good. Okay, let's jump into ZBrush. Now I'm using ZBrush 2019. Sniper Girl says, have all my major files backed up on it, so any data loss on my hard drive, I'm safe. I back up to an external hard drive locally here. I'm sitting on my desk, so I don't back up to another internal hard drive, but to an external one, just to be on the safe side. Because like if there's a fire or something, for instance, and I have to run out of the building, it's easy for me just to grab that drive on the way out the front door. So if the house burns down and I lose my computer, at least I've got all that data still on my hard drive, my external drive. But having it offsite in cloud is a good idea too. I can't do that because the studio won't let me, because we have so much sensitive stuff, NDA stuff that we do for clients. We cannot store any of that offsite. It's too much of a security risk for the studio. They don't let us do it. So I don't use external storage for that reason, like cloud storage for that reason. But that shouldn't be a problem for most of you guys and girls. Sniper Girl says, learned the hard way to back stuff up. Lost the majority of my early work due to a hard drive failure. Yeah, they can die at any time. And SSDs are even worse. At least with a hard drive, when it starts to die, you know, because it starts giving errors and stuff or clicking. And you can quickly try and back your stuff up. But with an SSD, it's good one day and it's dead the next. There is no warning, it just dies. So be aware of that if you use an SSD drive, they just die. You will get no warning. Vagrant says, what was this dark magic you speak of that UV's model for you? Yes, actually I can talk about that if you like. There is a program that I use called Rhizome UV. Let me just let's just talk about that, because again, it's a good program. Not everyone is going to be familiar with it. It is this software here. I will pop the link in Twitch chat. You can download a 30-day trial. You can download a 30-day trial of the software to try it out. I'll give you an example of it. This is their website. You go down here and you can download a trial, a 30-day trial. And let me show you how it works. If I just jump back into Max and let's I don't know. Everything's already UV mapped for me, so I'm just going to add something here. Let's add a teapot. The good old Max teapot. Can't go wrong with a teapot. I'm just going to collapse it to an edit poly before I send it over. Now there's a plugin, a free plugin you can download for the program if you're a Max user. There's also a free plugin if you use Cinema 4D or Blender. They all have a free plugin where you can send your models backwards and forwards. So I'm going to send that teapot over to this Rhizome UV program that does UVing automatically for me. So here's our teapot. So let's look at these automated tools. So it has all of these automated unwrapping tools for you. So I don't want to unwrap this teapot by hand. Let's try the first tool here. I hit the first button. I hit the second button. I hit the third button. Let's check our UVs. Not bad, but not great. You can see the handle's terrible. Let's back out of that and try the next one. Hit the first button, hit the second button, and the third button. That's getting better. Let's keep backing out. Let's try this one. Again, some stretching here, so that one's not great. But you can see how quickly it's UV mapping this teapot for us. I chose the teapot because it's got like lots of different bits of geometry, so a better example of how it would UV map for you. This one's not too bad. You can probably get away with using this one as your UV. But we can try the others as well because they're very quick. And this is more like a pelt mapping. Again, not too bad. The red indicates we're getting a little bit of stretching happening. You can go into the program if you get stretching, and you can sort of try and paint the stretching out, the red away. You probably want to take more time than I'm taking here, but you get the idea. You can re-optimize again, keep optimizing, get it to pack for you, all that sort of stuff. So that's the program, and that's what it does. It does automatic UVing for you. And then when you want to send it back, you just go File, Save. That sends it back to Max and applies the unwrap for you, ready to go. So your texture map is ready to go. Your UV map, I should say, is ready to go. It's the best program I've used for doing UV mapping automatically. I can recommend it. It's very good. If you do want to buy it, you can buy it outright, or you can rent it month to month on subscription, like everything else nowadays. So that's that program called Rhizome UV. And the link that, like I said, I've just popped in Twitch chat for you. Okay, let us jump into, let me read my chat first. Snavigirl says, yeah, mine was an SSD. I literally lost the SSD and the backup a week later before I was able to actually buy another drive. It's always the way, Snavigirl. Andrew Luss says, had an SSD died too, but when I noticed problems with it, I bought another one, and the older one died at the same day. I managed to clone it though. Oh, lucky. Yeah, like I said, most people with an SSD, you don't get any warning. They're fine. And then one day it will just be dead. Because, yeah, flash memory dying is different to a mechanical hard drive that's failing over time. You don't get as much warning. You don't get any warning, really. They just die. Let us import our steps. Non-standard polygons, more than 4 sides. Would you like to split these polys to sets of symmetric triangles or to a combination of quads and triangles? Let's do quads and triangles. Okay, I'm going to make that a polymesh 3D, place it in here, go into edit mode. Otherwise it drops it to a canvas because, you know, ZBrush is just bizarre. Okay, I'm just looking at what it's doing here. Let me see if we can't get this a little bit better. Does ZBrush accept FBX now? I think it does, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it does. I think it does OBJ and FBX now. It used to just do OBJ. Let's try it. No, it does not do OBJ. You telling me? Oh, come on. Wow. I really thought that they did FBX as well. See, this is what I mean about Pixologic. Come on. Get with the times, Pixologic. Jeez. Wow. That is so annoying. That is so annoying. Anyway, I'm going to try re-importing this. And we'll try with symmetrical triangles only. Let's see what that does. And that's better. So we can use this. The first thing we're going to do though is I'm going to try and find the thing that I want, which is another thing that I hate about ZBrush. I'm going to create a dynamic mesh. So we're going to dynamesh it as the first thing we do. I'm just going to let ZBrush work that out and have a copy while I'm waiting. Smurfberry says, what, you can't import FBX? No, you can't. Can you believe that? We're in 2019 and you cannot import an FBX file in ZBrush 2019. That's just pathetic. I'm sorry, Pixologic, but come on. You know, every other program you can at least import FBX and OBJ, but nope, only OBJ and ZBrush. Terrible. Terrible, Pixologic. Terrible. Sniper Girl says, tried, will do your stairs if you finish my file. You want to trade? Scribetti says, well, what's it matter? Well, you know, I guess it doesn't really matter if you want to export as an OBJ, then that's true. You can export as an OBJ and you can bring that into ZBrush for sure. I generally, FBX I find to be a little bit more forgiving, it's a better file format than OBJ, it's newer. OBJ is a much older file format. Not that there's anything wrong with OBJ. But FBX, you've got a lot more options for file export with FBX than you do with OBJ. And normally I use GAUZ anyway. I don't normally export and import, so you generally get around it by using GAUZ. But yeah. But anytime I can bitch about ZBrush, I will. My regulars know how much I love ZBrush for sculpting. It's really great, but the interface is terrible. Smurfberry says FBX is so 2000 no, OBJ is so 2008. That's right. OBJ is so 2008. Yeah, FBX is a newer file format, so you get a lot more options with the file export with FBX than you do with OBJ. But like I said, if you're using ZBrush, most of the times you'll probably use GAUZ anyway. I just can't use it because I haven't installed GAUZ into my Max version because I'm thinking about upgrading Max soon. Okay, so now we have our Dynamesh. The first thing I'm going to do is, I'm so used to thinking I have to press the Alt button when I want to do a rotate. I'm going to add some noise. Again, I've got to find it because this is what I mean about ZBrush. I really hate this interface. It's terrible. Trying to remember where everything is being hidden. It's not a subtool. Where did they put it? Where is it? Oh, come on. Where are you? Where are you? I know what I'm looking for. I'll know it when I find it. I just got to find it. I thought it was higher up in the stack than this. Am I just going blind and can't see it? No, I can't see it there. I'm looking for the noise modifier. If anyone's like, yes, I'm looking for the noisemaker tool, Android Lust, yes. Sniper Girl is so cheeky. You get a fill slap, so cheeky. Haven't handed out one in a while. That's for you, Sniper Girl. Yes, I'm looking for the noisemaker tool, Android Lust. Give me a hand. Surface noise. Mask by noise. Thank you very much. There you go. This is what I mean. I hate this interface so much. Noise. That's the one I want. I'm just going to sort of zoom around here in this terrible interface of theirs. So until I get to a position where I can see properly. I'm just going to come in. So thank you, Android Lust. That was exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, I made a shortcut for that. I hated searching for it. I should do that too, actually. I should put a shortcut in. Let's just play with our noise value a little bit here. Now these are like going to be stone steps, so I do want them to be quite rocky. I don't want to go with a really fine noise like that. I want them to be quite chunky. Just going to zoom out. I'm going to go over them and smooth out some sections as well anyway. Sniper Girl says, sorry, what I meant to say is that you don't look a day above 2 hours. Thank you so much, Sniper Girl. Yes. Sniper Girl. She's charming, isn't she, guys and girls? She's charming. I think I'm going to go quite large on the noise. I'm just going to play with the strength a little bit as well. I don't want it too strong. Large and in charge. That's right, Smurfberry. Sniper Girl says, "Can get away with it because you know." I know you only. I know you're only playing. I'm only playing as well. It's all good. We're all friends here. No one takes anything personally. Well, hopefully not anyway. I'm just trying to get my my value right here. Let's see what that looks like. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Okay, I think what I might do here is I might just go through now and smooth up some areas. In fact, we do have that other tool. Where is that? There is this other tool. Where is my tool? I'm looking for the polish tool that's built in over here. Another one I can never find. Not this one, is it? No. If I can't find it, I'll just do it by hand. Well, I'm looking for the tool that, it's the polish tool, I think it is. The one that runs a polish pass over everything to smooth out the mesh a bit. Polish under deformations. I think that's the one I'm after. Yeah, this is the one I mean. I'm after the polish tool here. Yep. Thank you, Android Lust again. I'm just going to angle this up a little bit and play with the polish tool a bit. Actually, I might do polish by features, I think. So it doesn't seem to want to be working. Why is that? Oh no, it is. It's just very slowly working. Just waiting for ZBrush here to catch up. No, that was the wrong one. Again, this is what I mean too. I mean to slide this one, and I end up sliding the one underneath of it. I'm actually going to go and do a bit of hand polishing, I think. So we want polish. It's maybe not the one that I'm after, actually. I think I have a shortcut to the one that I use. Nope. Because there's like 3 different polish brushes in ZBrush. If it's clay polish, it's under the geometry menu, Android Lost says. I might actually use the smooth tool instead of the polish tool. Smooth peaks, smooth valleys. Let's go with smooth. Let's try smooth valleys. Doesn't seem to be having a great effect on the mesh though. I wonder if it's because the mesh is probably high poly because of the Dynamesh. Let's just try the smooth tool. Is that because the Dynamesh is stopping it from smoothing? Does anyone know? Again, I don't use ZBrush often enough. Smapper says, "Oh sweet lord." Android Lost says, "The clay polish will probably destroy your noise work though." At the moment I'm just trying to do some smoothing by hand, but it does not seem to want to smooth for some. Why is that? Android Lost says, "See if the polish brush would work for you." I tried the polish brush before and it didn't seem to be any better. It just does not seem to be doing much of anything to the mesh. I have intensity turned all the way up. Like, I can see it's doing something, but it's not smoothing it out the way I want it to. You know why? What? Pardon me, I've just got to cough for a sec. Tell me, Android Lost, why? Vagrant says, "I can feel your frustration from here. I hate this program so much." Yeah, so tell me, Android Lost, why is it not allowing me to smooth? Why is it not affecting my mesh? Is it because it's a Dynamesh? It could be because it's a dynamic mesh. That would be my guess. Oh, Android Lost says, "The noise you added is true noise, it's a texture." I thought I did apply the noise though. Did I apply the noise to the mesh? I thought I did. You may be right. I think you are right there, Sniper Girl. I forgot to apply it to the mesh. And I don't like what it's done there either. It's really messed up my steps. Just going to undo that for a moment. What happened? Okay. Okay, I'm going to undo it. But you were right, Sniper Girl, I forgot to apply it to the mesh. Yeah, I forgot to click apply to mesh. I forgot that. I don't like what it's doing here though. Why is it doing that? I'm just going to do a test here and pull back on the noise a little bit. Okay, I think that the noise value is just too high initially. Although I did not really want the noise to look like that either. Sniper Girl says that's why I make the big bucks. Let's see how far we can push this noise value before it starts to mess my mesh up when I apply it to the mesh. So I'd really like to go high like that. But when I do that and do an apply to mesh, you see how it's distorting everything? Well, the joys of using ZBrush. That may be as good as we can get it for the noise, I think. I'm just going to have to go in and do a bit more by hand. Actually, I'm thinking that might be a little bit too heavy-handed. So I'm just going to pull back here on the strength a bit. Oh, it's going to double noise it, isn't it? It is. Yeah, I don't think I can push the noise value up too much. It just distorts the mesh too much when I apply it. So I'm going to do a bit of it by hand. That's okay. We can do a bit by hand. I've got some brushes I want to use. So I'm going to load up a brush. And let's go with, let's look at the grunge brush. So I'm just going to start introducing a little bit of distressing here and there. Just trying to do it as randomly as I can so we don't look like we've got a repeating pattern happening. Sniper Girl says, posted in Discord, pulling the edge of the leaves out, decided to do at the end to ensure that I'm doing it correctly. Oh, nice. We'll check that out. Thank you, Vagram, for following me as well. My apologies for just noticing that you followed the channel. I do appreciate it. So thank you, Vagram, for the follow. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific in the US. is when I'm live. And then Friday and Saturday the stream will go live, but that's a repeat of Mondays and Tuesdays. But thank you for the follow, Bagram. And Sniper Girl has posted her fern that she's working on in ZBrush. Let's check that out. Just making sure my net connection hasn't gone down. You guys can still see me, can't you? Just wondering why it's taking so long for this link to come up. Well, that's all good. My net connection's still going. Looks like the Discord app here is having a bit of an issue. The CDN network of Discord. You can see me good. It's just not, doesn't want to load up this Discord link for some reason. It's not my net connection. Everything's good on my end. But it looks very cool. Everyone jump on the Discord server and check out Sniper Girl's image she's posted. I'm having a real problem loading it up. It won't load up for me. But check it out on Discord. It looks sweet, Sniper Girl. Really nice. Smurfer says in Discord, yep, those are definitely leaves. That's right. They definitely are. Let's grab a new brush though. So that was the first grunge. Let's look at grunge 2. I'm just doing this to see what the actual brush is a little bit more easily. Just going to undo that. I think that grunge might be interesting to put along the front of the step. Let's see. Maybe underneath the step it might be a good brush for there. Just pull down on our draw size a little bit. Might just pull up on the intensity a little bit. Maybe not. It's not getting enough resolution. Whoa. No, okay, they're posting in Discord. I'm just seeing messages going left, right and center here. Android Lust is saying, are your hands sculpting all the details? Subdivide all the things. You think I should do a subdivision? We are at 2.7 million polys. Now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 11 million polys. Okay. Which we're going to have to reduce for when I put this online for sale because that's going to be too much. Yeah, subdividing it has helped. I'm not going to go too nuts with this brush. Might just put a few here and there. I'm going to do a bit of smoothing, I think, before I add any more brush pieces. So I'm going to go back to my polish, increase the brush, maybe pull down on the intensity a little bit. Just want to undo that. I'm going to get it smooth. Why can I never find anything here? Do I have smooth as a smooth valley? Smooth? Yes, so down here is a quick brush. Subdivide all the things, that's right. Andrew says, don't you just love ZBrush? Now I'm just going through here and smoothing out like a path up the step. That's like, you know, when people walk upstairs, they tend to walk in the middle of them, and stone stairs will get worn out after a while because people keep walking on the same spot. That's basically what I'm doing here at the moment. I'm just smoothing out the middle part of the step from where people will have walked up over the years. I'm also just going to hit the smoothing tool just here and there. Smooper says, I think I only do large level cracking and shape changes in the sculpt program. For noise and regular detail, I just let Painter handle it. Yeah, I'm not going to go nuts with too much detailing. I just do want a couple of cracky bits and pieces in the step. I can't go too noticeable either because we're going to be reusing the same geometry for the steps over and over again, so we don't want people to notice. So I do have to be really careful. Sniper Girl says, Android Lost has been my personal help for the past 2 weeks. Mepri says, after doing a bunch of tiny details in Mudbox and having that not come through in the bake anyway, I don't think I'd do detail work in the scroll program again. Sniper Girl says, know what the sad thing is about the foliage? If you do it right, nobody will ever notice. That's exactly right. That's true. That's very true. I'm just going to load up another brush here quickly. Our net connection didn't crash out, which is good. See, now it behaves itself because it knows it's going to be replaced in a couple of days with my new NBN connection. Fingers crossed. So it hasn't been cutting out. There you go. So annoying. Let's look at this crack brush. I just want to see what that is. Crack. Oh, this could be cool. But again, I've got to be really careful I don't go too obvious because we're reusing the step and I don't want it to be noticeable. So I'm going to have to be real careful how often I use this crack tool here. Maybe one about here. And maybe one around about here. Okay, let's just keep going through quickly. I've got to finish up my stream in a minute. Let's rock crack 2. What is that one? Yeah, no. This one, I don't know if we can use this one. In fact, let's do a save because I may have to finish up for the day, I think. Is a document save or is it the save here? I'll do both. ZBrush project will be fine. But I do want to thank you guys and girls very much for hanging out with me and for watching. I'll be back again on Monday next week. We'll finish off these stairs and we'll start some texturing next week in Substance Painter. But you guys and girls have a great weekend. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it, stay safe. Hopefully I'll see you guys and girls again on Monday next week and we'll finish the stairs. You guys have a good weekend. See you guys.